Jungle Book and the big success of Disney's latest live-action version of an animated movie of theirs. Of course, Jungle Book is the Rudyard Kipling story, so it's public domain. And wouldn't you know it, there actually is a competing Jungle Book movie. We've known about this for a couple of years now, I feel like. And it's Jungle Book Origins. Warner Brothers, Andy Serkis, Gollum, King Kong, Snoke, and Caesar from Planet of the Apes, doing a motion caption version of it. Now, that has been pushed to 2018, but they're still going to make it. In fact, Alfonso Cuarón is coming aboard to kind of lend a hand on there. Do they pull the plug on this movie? I mean, Jungle Book, the Disney Favreau one, $103 million opening. They're already making a sequel.
And the reviews are so good. The audience response is so good.
The visual effects are good.
And I haven't seen the movie yet. I've seen it this weekend.
You'll love it.
I hear nothing but good things about it. And I have to say, and you and I both, I think, we were skeptical that it would be so successful because the other movies that Disney had done that were kind of based on their old animated movies had all been sort of princess-based.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland, I know, isn't a princess, but it still had the Burton Depp of it all.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like those were a little more pre-sold than Jungle Book, which, is a beloved movie, but not on the same scale.
Well, that has all these stars, but they're in voice roles, and the whole movie relies on this little kid who had never acted before, and he's great.
Yeah, and then the reviews started to come in, and they were so positive. And then you heard that they were developing a sequel before it even opened. And Warner Brothers moved back the release date of their movie before it even opened because it seemed like you could kind of sense, in the couple weeks before it opened, suddenly it shifted.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is going to be a huge movie.
Yeah.
So everything went right with this movie. And I don't know, it seems crazy to me that Warner Brothers is still going to do their other Jungle Book movie. Like, you're not going to win in that situation.
Well, I mean, with 2018, they thought, well, it's going to be, reportedly it will be a darker version of Jungle Book. That right there is a strike because, yes, the stories are, have darkness in them. And I will say that the Favreau version, and, Terry caught a lot of flack for this, for saying that too intense for some kids, but she's right. It is too intense for some kids. There is some sequences there that, like, my sister, I have a 6-year-old niece, like, should I bring her? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think so. I think maybe, wait a little while. But yeah, it's not as kid-friendly as people think.
Right.
But, I think going even darker with it, and, Serkis has a great cast lined up for it. He's got Christian Bale as Bagheera. He has Cate Blanchett as Kaa, whereas, Scarlett Johansson does it in the Favreau one. Benedict Cumberbatch as Shere Khan. I mean, he's got a great cast, but I think you just pull the plug on it. It's not worth it because by the time that movie comes out, they could already be hyping the sequel.
Yeah,
for this one.
If they fast track the sequel, that's the thing. It's like, do you want to be caught in the wake of, I was at this Disney World press event this week. They just announced like a new nighttime Jungle Book show at Animal Kingdom. It's like Disney, we know Disney is very good at working off their successes. So Jungle Book is now a huge brand for them in a way it's never been.
Yeah.
They're going to go big on it. And so anything Warner Brothers releases now, it's going to have to be in the shadow of that, even if it's a great movie. We're not saying it's going to be a bad movie. It could be a great movie.
But they put out Pan, which was clearly like trying to make you think it was the Disney Peter Pan one. And that was a huge flop. Why would you throw good money after bad at that point? Also, the word Origins being in the title to me is poison.
It's pretty horrible. Like
Origins, the word origin means nothing unless you're a geek.
Yeah, and it's a tainted word in so far.
Your origin is tainted.
Yeah.
Tainted by Wolverine.
Go see a doctor about when that happens. So I don't know. It's right now they're not pulling the plug. They're hiring Alfonso Cuarón in this strange sort of consultant role. But
what do you call it if you don't call it Jungle Book? I think maybe you just call it Mowgli's.
Something
Mowgli,
with one of
Mowgli.
the characters' names.
Yeah.